Jim Cook, Game Director for Oxide, here with another weekly update. Pardon the congestion, I've been fighting a little illness, but I'm still going through and working the way we all should be. On the programming side, we've had some really positive moves, especially at the start of balance testing, which gives our bug busters the ability to identify what needs to be fixed and run system checks along the way so we can have a clean setup. Along those same lines, bugs that we fix now generally can create cleaner code and or code standards going forward, which will allow us to have a solid foundation to build upon, which is great. There have been some server level checks, generally around things like collisions. You might be thinking, if you're not on the programming team, why do I need to worry about that? Well, the point is that collisions actually work the way they're supposed to, so we don't have ships in asteroids, asteroids in asteroids, and so on. And that configuration is something that'll set how the game runs overall. So awesome job there. Finally, just off the presses, has been an orbital map simulator. And while this orbital map will be the seed of what will become the in-game larger map, meaning the game map, as in like if a player needs to zoom out and see the whole planetary system, what it is allowing me to do is go through and say, hey, are we missing anything? Are there big gaps in areas? Is anybody excluded over here? And so thanks to the work that was done on that and time spent on my end along with Agu and Ben's side to verify some items, I think we have a pretty good setup for where things would need to be, including our future conquerable outposts, the addition of a second resistance station to make sure things are balanced appropriately over there from an access standpoint and stuff like that. So really, really cool stuff. On the art, music, and story side, here we've got our music team has been busting action to develop up what will become the theme or main melody for our Union space area. If we have a Kickstarter launch and the only song we had was that one, that'll work just fine. Basically our in-space song outside of the radio. And so a lot of extra detail has been put there because it's a pretty hard challenge, and all the other ones coming after that should be a little bit easier. Sound effects progresses as well, very specifically around mining, where we've had now different things being modeled like the actual mining attachment, the module, as well as work being done on the programming and art side for the interior inventory setup and layout of where modules would be able to go and how they get used. So I'm excited to see mining actually happening, which will probably be one of the coolest mining experiences in space anywhere. Most other stuff is like, shoot a laser at an asteroid, it pops, if that. So we're looking for something a little more engaging. Also, we've had more sites being developed and work along those lines. This is going to focus on NC, the second moon, as Kios will not have any above ground sites. That only leaves Nerva, our main planet, left, and that should be well doable by the time we hit our Kickstarter. So great job, our team. Speaking of the Kickstarter, our focus across these next sprints is going to be to cover as much ground as possible to have acceptable placeholder pieces in action and inside the game while we are moving over toward game tests. That's going to include things like some of the stellar bodies, different moons being in there, different outposts. How are people starting? What other places can they go? And thanks to the work on the story side and with some of the character development and art there, we're going to have those available as well, which is really, really a great start, and it should give us a solid positioning. Now, before I go and wrap up, I just want to say one thing, that most of us here are here because of some kind of referral. We knew somebody in the project, it sounded neat, we joined. And because of that, I want you to think about other people you might know that may be interested in joining. It doesn't matter if it's on the programming team or the art team. We generally need more bodies to be able to get a project of this size going. And one of the best ways to find that is simply by asking those who are already here who else they know. Who else do you know that might be interested in a project like this? Don't rule them out for them. Let's give it a shot and see who we can find, because we've got some really great talent working together. We'll catch you guys next week.